Every 4 years, billions of people watch the exact same broadcast, expecting to see the pinnacle of football. Yet, the moments that actually freeze the world have absolutely nothing to do with the game. A 3-second clip of an unknown fan in Qatar, a Croatian corset in the stands, or a quiet crowd reaction that suddenly spawns a million-follower empire by morning. FIFA tried to outlaw it in 2018, attempting to censor the crowd. But the internet moved faster than the rules, transforming a simple sports broadcast into the world's most elite beauty scout. The part that changes everything isn't just the viral fame. It's the geopolitical shift, where a 3-second shot can put an entire nation on the map. How did a sports lens become a global kingmaker? And what happens when the internet decides to turn 3 seconds of screen time into a lifetime of obsession? If you've ever watched a World Cup match, you know the moment. The game slows down, the camera drifts into the crowd, and suddenly, you're looking at someone who looks like they just walked off a magazine cover. It happens so often that a lot of people don't even notice it anymore. But this isn't an accident. Sports broadcasters have been cutting to attractive fans for decades, and the practice even has a name in the industry. They call it the honey shot. FIFA noticed the pattern too. So back in 2018, the organization tried to stop cameramen from using these shots at the World Cup in Russia. They thought it was outdated, maybe even disrespectful, but the internet had other plans. The internet had already moved faster than any broadcast rule. By the time FIFA made their move, fans were already pulling screenshots from live TV and posting them on Instagram and Twitter before the match even ended. The ban didn't stop the clips, and it only made people pay closer attention. Social media transformed a broadcast habit into a global discovery engine. A 3-second clip that airs in Qatar can be reposted in Los Angeles, commented on in Lagos, and remixed on TikTok in Manila within the same hour. The cameraman might have aimed for a quick crowd reaction, but the internet turned it into a personality. That's how a single moment in the stands can create a 1 million-follower account by morning. What makes this fascinating is that the World Cup is the only event where every country shows up at the same time. You're not watching a fashion show from Paris or a movie premiere in Hollywood. You're seeing real people from Cape Verde, Haiti, South Korea, and Croatia sitting in the same stadium, wearing their flags and cheering for their teams. The camera doesn't care about your GDP or your population. It cares about your energy and your face. That's why a small island nation earns the same spotlight as a global superpower for exactly 3 seconds. And those 3 seconds are often the first time a young man in Ohio or Berlin has ever seen someone from that country. That's the power of this broadcast. It isn't planned or scripted, and that's exactly why it works. We already know the cameras are looking. The real question is, what happens after the clip goes viral? Because I've been watching this pattern for years, and I can tell you something people miss all the time. These moments go way deeper than looks. They're about exposure. They place countries on the map that viewers never thought about visiting, which is exactly why the countries nobody expected ended up stealing the show. Some of the most beautiful women the internet discovered during World Cup season come from places that don't always dominate the headlines. I'm talking about island nations, where the sun, the sea, and the culture create a kind of beauty that doesn't need a filter. Cape Verde and Haiti are perfect examples. Plenty of people watching the tournament couldn't find them on a map before the clips started circulating. And that's the whole point. Cape Verde is a small chain of islands off the coast of West Africa, and its women carry a blend of African and Portuguese heritage that shows up in their skin, their hair, and their presence. Alana Montero is a Cape Verdean American model and singer who represents that modern island beauty perfectly. She's appeared in major fashion publications and built a career that places her home country on the radar every time someone searches her name. You see her face, and you immediately want to know where she comes from. Haiti brings a different kind of energy. Saroj Bertin was Miss Haiti back in 2010, and she's since forged a career as a lawyer, philanthropist, and public figure with 3 million followers on Instagram. Her beauty runs deeper than what you see. It comes with confidence, education, and a pride in her roots that renders her impossible to ignore. She represents the strength and elegance of Haitian women in a way that no staged photo shoot ever could. Now, I have to be straight with you. Haiti was back at the World Cup in 2026 for the first time since 1974, which is historic, but the show was stolen by the non-stop beautiful women at the matches and the ones partying on the streets. Cape Verde's viral moment in 2026 was similar, with people asking, where in the world is this place located? And I'm not going to lie, they had me looking at ticket prices. But that isn't the point of this video. The point is that the World Cup conversation inspires people to look beyond the stadium. And when they do, they find women like Alana and Saroj who represent cultures most viewers have never explored. If you're thinking about visiting, Praia in Cape Verde has untouched beaches and Creole culture that feels personal and warm. Port-au-Prince in Haiti brings energy, art, and a spirit that surprises everyone who lands there. These aren't typical tourist destinations, which makes them worth your passport stamp. If we're talking about viral World Cup moments that actually broke the internet, we have to start with Mexico. Yanette Garcia used to be a weather presenter before she became one of the biggest social media stars in the country. And she currently sits at around 14.9 million Instagram followers. Sports media outlets have put her front and center as one of Mexico's biggest fan draws during the 2026 World Cup. And she even has a cheering ritual where her co-workers kick her bum for good luck. That's the energy Mexican fans bring to the tournament. It's loud, it's fun, and it's impossible to look away from. And if you think that's just an act, you haven't met enough Mexican women. Brazil is a different story because Brazilian beauty isn't a surprise to anyone. The country has been producing internationally famous models for generations. Adriana Lima and Bruna Marquezine are just two names that come to mind when you think about the Brazilian aesthetic. But what makes Brazil special when the tournament rolls around is that the fans match the reputation. In a 2026 fan survey, Brazil ranked number 2 for hottest supporters. And that's because the energy in the stadium is as attractive as the faces in the crowd. You can feel the rhythm even through your phone screen. Now, let me talk about the undisputed queen of this whole phenomenon. Ivana Knoll is a former Miss Croatia who became a global sensation at the 2022 World Cup in Qatar. The internet nicknamed her Knoll Doll, and she built a following that now sits at nearly 3 million on Instagram alone. She didn't stumble into this by accident. She understood the camera game, she wore Croatian flag-themed outfits that turned heads, and she transformed 3 seconds of broadcast time into a full-blown career. She returned for the 2026 World Cup in Dallas wearing a sheer Croatian corset top, and the internet lost its mind all over again. What's wild about these women is that they aren't accidental discoveries anymore. They show up knowing the cameras are rolling, and they play the moment perfectly. That doesn't make the beauty any less real, it just means the game has changed. The stands are now a stage, and the women who own that stage are building empires from it. The deeper point here is that travel breaks stereotypes. The woman you caught in a 3-second clip is part of a culture, a family, and a history that you can't understand from your phone screen. So stop scrolling and start moving. Your next favorite country might be one you couldn't spell a year ago. The World Cup showed you way more than football. It showed you the world in a way no travel ad ever could. Hit subscribe if you want more beautiful women dives that actually make you want to move. And if you liked this video, you'll definitely love this one that just popped up, so click and check it out.